As we wait for Suella Braverman's new illegal migration ban to go through Parliament as an official legislation, she is also adding a bit of a clause last minute to this mechanism, which will allow the British government to ban ECHR judges from overturning our decisions in this country. Finally, we've been waiting for this moment. Again, let's not get excited. I'll believe it when we see it. We know the routine, blah, blah, blah. But let's just basically report what is coming out so far, because the truth matters and we're going to obviously hold them to account. Now, Suella Braverman has been very robust on this issue, even better than Priti Patel. Priti used to come out every now and then, give us some empty promise, some new law, some sort of new agreement with the French, but she would go home and nothing would change. Whereas Suella Braverman seems to be doing actually acting on what she's been preaching anyway. So that's good news. But let's talk about what she's planning to do, because by banning ECHR and the European judges from actually having a say in Britain, then this could change the game. But again, that also means that they're going to escalate it inside the European courts anyway. But at the same time, Tory MPs and backbenchers who've been sending massive warnings to the Home Office and Rishi Sunak and Suella Braverman, saying you have to get tougher on this. So the Tory rebels want to toughen the new illegal immigration laws, and the backbenchers will attempt to essentially push the Home Secretary to implement these sort of measures, including banning or preventing European judges from having a say. So of course, when it comes to the Rwanda plan, one court case was about the overall Rwanda plan, and that was one. Of course, they're going to bring up all these cases, the ongoing cases every single day against the Rwanda scheme. But then there is also the individual cases of deportations. And if they prevent the European judges from having a say in every single deportation case, especially when they try to pretend to use the modern slavery laws to say, well, in the name of modern slavery laws, let's basically keep them here, that will create some issues. And that's what Tory backbenchers are concerned about. That's why they told the Home Secretary to come with an idea. And she has, apparently. So one issue was under the Rule 39 when it comes to the European Court of Human Rights. These are the interim measures, essentially, when a court or a judge could use these short-term mechanisms to basically prevent governments from deporting individuals, because they would say, well, if they go back to their countries, they might get into more trouble. Okay, what if that person is an actual foreign criminal and they have to get punished by their own government, by their own country? It's not always an innocent political refugee. It's not always a situation where these are fugitives because they are just innocent people who fell into trouble because of a conflict zone. Sometimes they are actual criminals. Sometimes their governments and their country is right. They have to be punished. They are literally just criminals running around the world. So I don't really understand why these so-called human rights exist when you have to face punishment. If you're running away from the police, you have to go back and face consequences. Anyway, the latest that we have when it comes to the channel crossings, you can see absolute chaos. But one issue that we have actually when it comes to these sort of issues is the numbers, but also the potential rise or reduction. So the blue line, the bright blue line on the left, is there 2023. So this year has already been the worst, and it's only March. But at the same time, if somehow Suella Braverman manages to win this battle, so obviously legislation goes through without any difficulty. They're going to have obviously today, some rebellion in the House of Commons. The political left want to completely block it. The political right wants to make sure that we ban or block European judges. If she manages to take it through Parliament and get the European judges to be prevented from interfering in our laws and in our affairs, then obviously at the same time have the processing centres ready in France and the deportations and housing associations ready in Rwanda and other places, then this could be a huge victory for Suella Braverman. Now, of course, Rishi Sunak will take all the credit and for the upcoming general election. But let's not forget that if this goes well, it's all down to Suella Braverman. All the other Home Secretaries from Amber Rudd, Theresa May, of course Sajid Javid and Priti Patel. All these went to so many Home Secretaries. They didn't do much, but if somehow Suella does it, then she will be the victor. But at the same time, I'm going to remain objective. If she doesn't do it, then we're going to hold her to account. We're going to shout at her right here on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Mahyar, Tousi, and we are the media.